Peace, peace, beautiful people. It is I, your friendly neighborhood, ImahX, and we are back with today's riff. I hope everybody is happy, TGIF. I hope everybody is has some fun weekend plans. It is Friday the 13th. The energy is a little bit crazy, so I hope that you are staying grounded. You are taking the time to make sure that you are cleansing your energy. You can do that either by smudging, as we just did with our sage. You can also use rosemary, palo santo. There's tons of different herbs that all have different effects as far as healing, and it has been scientifically proven that sage cleanses microbes and bacteria from the air, mold spores, and so forth. So it is not just, a woo-woo concept of like, oh, sage and cleansing. Like, it's scientifically proven for those of us that need that. But we're going to go ahead and hit our tuning fork, which, once again, also clinically proven to have healing effects on the nervous system. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Sound, also a great way to cleanse your energy. Tuning forks, sound bowls, tons of people make meditation music online. Even my own personal music, I tune to 432 hertz, the original frequency for music, or some of the healing solfeggios. There are resources out there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I am completely unorganized today. We are in the full energies of just freedom. I just was like, listen, time to roll up and do this. So we're going to get into our Rebel deck because it's been a while since we've used the Rebel deck, and the energy outside, it's Friday the 13th. So it's feeling a little bit of reverent, and I wanted the universe to be able to communicate with us in language that isn't quite so flowery. So Rebel deck, what messages do you have for us? All right. First card off. Laugh. Where the F is your sense of humor? I think that's an excellent Friday message. I think that is an excellent Friday message because we were sitting here talking about healing and cleansing your energy, but laughter is legitimately the best medicine. Once again, if we're getting into scientific studies, it has been clinically proven to, lower your blood pressure and, raise good hormone levels in your system. There's a reason that smiles are contagious. There is a reason that some of the best moments of your day are when you're in the grocery store and somebody tells a joke and you can laugh with strangers. There is something to be said for humor as a construct in this reality. There is a concept within Native American traditions of I cannot remember the exact name, and I will go and do some more research, but it's something like Hakoko. It's something with an H and a K, and it's a type of traditional shaman that uses laughter and divine irony to point out the flaws in this reality and so forth. And with the state of the world being what it is, I don't know if anybody is up on news outside of, I don't know what anybody gets their news sources from, but freaking Israel just bombed Iran last night. And if anybody knows anything about geopolitical politics, we all know that was not what anyone wanted on the 2025 bingo card, but yet and still, here we are. So you and I personally can do nothing about that. As much as you and I could care about that tangibly, physically, there's nothing we can do about it. Besides, if there are aid efforts, we could, Anyway, I say all that to say, send a prayer up, but Cultivate joy within your own existence. That is an act of radical resistance when the world is in complete chaos. Laughter and joy. That's why, kids are so wonderful, because they can be going through the craziest thing, and then 2 seconds later they can be overwhelmed with joy at something. That level of flexibility, that level of bounce back, sometimes we lose that in adulthood because we've been taught that that is an unserious way to deal with things, and that if you're not always focused on the problem, then you're being frivolous. But we need to be so focused on solutions, not problems. And often the best solutions come when you are in joy, when you are enjoying yourself, when you are having just joy. Whatever brings you joy. I was going to start listing the things that bring me joy, but everybody's joy is different, and that is the beautiful thing about it. Everybody's sense of humor is different. Some people like dry humor. Some people like, really witty, cerebral humor. Some people just like straight slapstick, and that is something to be said for the diversity of the world, because it's like, just because I don't necessarily find it funny doesn't mean that it's not funny to someone, and doesn't mean that it doesn't have intrinsic value. I am convinced that the Most High has a sense of humor. Like nothing, if there is one thing true in this reality, it is that the Most High has a sense of humor, because life is too funny. Life is too funny. And even the things that aren't funny are like, look at the camera, like, are you seeing this too funny? Like the Trump and Elon stuff. Like, it's not funny in the grand scheme of like, these are incredibly powerful people who have a lot of control over 3D reality in the United States right now, and them beefing is speaks to fractions and parties and power dynamics and all sorts of subtle things. And so for the implications potentially for the country, it's not funny. But gosh darn it if it's not funny. Like, if it's not actually funny to see two grown people squabble in a public forum who are incredibly powerful and all so forth. And it's like, at the end of the day, people are just people. And laughter is one of those things that humanizes us. It draws us all together. It makes us realize that, like, at the end of the day, it's not that serious. Like, it is. It really, really is. But also it's not, because at the end of the day, no one gets out of this existence alive. It's not like if you get a perfect score, then you get to live in your human vessel forever. That's not a thing. So as long as you have breath in your lungs, use some of it to laugh. I beseech you, use some of it to laugh, because it's healing. It is strengthening, because not saying that we should spend all of our time in laughter and unseriousness, because life is about balance, but you will find that you are bolstered, that you are recharged to go out and face difficult, serious, heavy things when you have some joy to fall back on. And whether that's joy that you cultivate within yourself, whether that's joy within your community, whether that's your pet, whether you don't have a pet and you watch pet videos online, whether you have, I beseech everyone, if we had homework, this is going to be fun homework. Find something really funny to laugh at this weekend. Find like a comedy special, like a stand-up special. Find the favorite movie from your adolescence, not necessarily from your childhood, but like your favorite movie from like your early 20s, or whenever it is for you, because everybody here is at a different stage of their life. But find a movie that you used to find really funny that you haven't watched in a while, and just laugh. I bet you feel better. I bet. So I didn't even mean to do a 1-card pull, but I had so much to say on the subject. So I hope that this message finds you well. Be blessed, be well, be naturally you. In the interest of laughter, maybe I'll post a skit today. There are some on the page if you guys would like to partake. And, socially poignant interesting. Mwah.